Welcome back, guys, to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to be taking a look at what looks to be the closer of the 10th anniversary. We got the March producer letter yesterday, and we're just going to be going over the information from it and take a look at what they are going to be cooking for the closure of the 10th anniversary, which so far has definitely been their best anniversary so just ever in general. The amount of free stuff that they have given away, amount of the unit quality, animations, everything overall, I think is definitely the best that they have ever put out. I do think animation quality could have been a little bit better for some parts of the units, but overall it's definitely the best batch of animations that we have gotten ever for an anniversary. We do have this Challenge Festival of Battles event that will be coming out. It says only a handful of the most skilled players will be able to clear all rounds. So we will see what this means. And this says you do get up to 25 stones, and you have to clear up to around 25 of 50, so up to 50 rounds will be in this event. Definitely a very interesting event that they are putting out here. Looking forward to playing it. Hopefully it's fun, you know, fun and challenging. That's the idea at the end of the day. And they did go ahead and expand the 10th anniversary preview kind of thing that we got, and we are going to be getting 2 more GT units, and that we will be these 2 EZAs, which was to be expected. I think at least for the Goku, we got skill orbs. I'm not sure about Vegeta if we got skill orbs for him, but for Goku, we got skill orbs, so we knew he was coming. Same thing applies to the Super Saiyan Blue evolution of Vegeta as well. We got skill orbs for him, so I don't know if he's going to be getting a Super EZA, but these guys are getting an EZA, and their information, I don't believe, there it is. Okay, so the Goku side now is getting greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn and does immense damage to the enemy while massively lowering defense. Pretty good. Let me go ahead and just move this over here, and that way I have to do that. All right, cool. So that is the Goku side. Now let's take a look at what he has for his passive skill. His passive definitely got a massive upgrade compared to what it was before. He is at 250% attack and defense. He is still making rainbow key spheres. When he's attacking with 12 or more key, he's getting 30% attack, 20% defense, and chance of performing a critical hit 10% per key sphere obtained. Essentially, he's going to be getting guaranteed crit. If he gets 3 or more key spheres, he gets type effective. 5 or more, he gets a guaranteed additional super. And per GT hero or Giant Ape category ally that is in the same turn, he gets an additional 77% defense and 20% damage reduction. That is an additional 154% defense and 40% damage reduction. On top of that, for the first turn from his entry turn, he gets a guaranteed additional super attack. And when he performs his active skill, he's getting a 350% attack boost, as well as getting temporarily guaranteed crit. All of that to say, a very, very solid kit for this guy. But do keep in mind, he does only have 40% DR. That is the main kind of issue with this guy that you're seeing, is he only has 40% DR, but he should have a massive amount of defense post-super. So as long as you're not running him slot 1, he should be okay. And he does get his defense per key sphere when attacking with 12 or more key. He does get the 154% defense right there. From what I remember... Okay, that's why. Okay. When attacking with 12 or more key. So he is going to be getting that 30% attack, 20% defense, and the crit chance when he attacks. That, I believe, before it used to be that they can grab the orbs and then they'll get the buff, or at least Vegeta does. I don't know if the Goku was just always different, but Vegeta used to just be able to get the defense off the bat. Could be wrong about that. It's been a very long time since I've used these units, but essentially the main concern with this guy is just that his pre-super defense is going to be very bad, and there is stages that have AoEs and locking and all that good stuff. So, definitely not a slot 1 unit. Could be caught out by that stuff, but he should look very good post-super. Now, going over to the next bit of information for his kit, it should maybe talk about his active? No. Okay, we're just not going to address the active. Cool. All right, Vegeta. He is greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn, still massively lowering defense while doing immense damage. This Vegeta on release was my more favored unit of the 2, mainly just because he was better defensively. Goku was definitely the more fun one, though, because of the offense. Let's take a look at what they did for Vegeta here. 250% attack and defense, making rainbow key spheres randomly. He gets 20% attack, 30% defense, and damage reduction, 3% per key sphere obtained. Okay, that's very good. But again, that is when attacking with 12 or more key. With 3 or more key spheres, he gets guard. 5 or more, he gets an additional super. Per GT Hero or Giant A power category, he's getting 77% attack and chance of performing a crit hit up 30%. So this guy's not getting the DR guaranteed 40%. However, he's going to be potentially getting more DR than even the Goku because he's getting the 3% per key sphere. So in order to match Goku, obviously he would need a ridiculous amount of orbs, but he also has guard on top of it. So this guy should be absolutely phenomenal post-super. But again, he's not the same issue as Goku where pre-super he can get caught. And also he has the same exact properties. He has one guaranteed additional super. And it doesn't get the guaranteed crit on active skill, but he does get the 60% if you're running him on a Giant Aim Power or GT Hero category team. So that is pretty much what they have cooked up for both the Goku and the Vegeta EZAs. Both look very, very good, but don't look absolutely insane, to be honest. But we'll see how they play out in use. Now, they did this little like trailer expansion stuff showing off the Goku and Vegeta EZAs, and then we expanded into Dragon Ball Daima. So, for Dragon Ball Daima, we are getting a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta that is going to be coming out. We'll take a look at his animation separately and react to them. But let's go over his kit right now. We'll actually just go to the actual post, and we'll look at his animations after. So, Dragon Ball Daima Vegeta. He is a transformation boost and gifted warriors leader, key plus 3, 200% HP, 170 attack and defense, as well as giving 50% to the Power Beyond Super Saiyan category. All pretty good stuff. And as far as his kit goes, for the entry turn, once he activates the entrance animation, it's just guaranteed to proc as soon as the fight starts. He gets a chance of performing a crit hit and damage reduction 20%, as well as foreseeing the enemy super attack for 1 turn. That is all pretty good stuff right there as well. He also gets key plus 3, 200% attack and defense, and an additional 50% damage reduction. Just basic that he's going to have for the whole game. As the first attacker in a turn, he gets 20% damage reduction on top of that. So he's a total of 70% DR right there, 90% on the first turn. As the first and second attacker in a turn, he also gets 50% attack and 30% crit chance. When attacking, it's a multiplicative 200% attack. When receiving an attack, it's a multiplicative 200% defense. And after receiving an attack, he also guaranteed launches a super. And if he receives a super attack, he guaranteed launches 2 supers. So that is all pretty beneficial. He does have 70% DR, which is kind of risky. I mean, 70% is very good, but he needs to have a good defense stat to back it up. Thankfully, he has the when receiving an attack 200% defense. That doesn't mean he has to be attacked to hit it, so he will straight up like double to triple his defense when he receives an attack. It is a triple, I believe, is what it is, because in reality, doubling would just be 100%. So he should just triple his defense whenever he receives an attack. Now, his active skill is a Gallic Gun. The condition is he has to perform 5 or more super attacks in battle. It greatly raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage, and also gives him 33% attack for 1 turn. Absolutely phenomenal. Decent, just little damage kind of active skill. The main thing that is interesting, though, is his super attack effect, which raises attack and defense by 33% for 3 turns and causes immense damage to enemy while raising allied defense by 33% for 1 turn as well, self-excluded. The reason this is absolutely insane is because at a minimum, this guy should be putting out 2 super attacks a turn. That is a 66% raise that he'll have when he comes back, while giving a 66% defense raise to the rest of your team. So that should be very good. And again, that's at a minimum. He's putting out 2. He could put out 3 if he gets supered first, and then he could also just do a 3 with hidden potential, or at his absolute best, he's putting out 4. If he's putting out 4 supers with this, that is going to give him a massive amount of defense. And then remember, when he receives an attack, he's going to be tripling that defense that he has. So this should scale very well into the late game, and as well as having a very good early game, but we'll see about that when we get to the usage of him. But on paper, he looks absolutely amazing. I think the biggest issue I probably have with this unit is his link set, since he's a Super Saiyan 3. Are they going to give him over in a flash? They did not give him over in a flash, which is good. You don't want over in a flash nowadays. It's usually just preferred for battle. But he does have Prodigy's limit breaking form. Both not the greatest links right there. Royal Lineage can be pretty good if you're running him with Vegeta's, Golden Warrior, Fierce Battle, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warriors, all pretty standard links. Would have liked him to have a different key link. Would be nice if he had prepared for battle, maybe even over in the flash. But he should be okay. Let me see if he has any like built-in key. I believe he has 2. He has 3. He has 3 built-in keys, so he only needs 3 key spheres. As long as you have, that shouldn't be too bad. That should not be too bad. Key should not be too bad of an issue. That is pretty much it for his kit and what he does. What my thoughts on him are. Let's go now take a look at his animations. Expecting some pretty good stuff for this. That's some pretty peaked intro animation right there. I was kind of weird for a second there. Not the craziest animation on the super attack. But honestly, I don't mind that because we are going to see that super attack a lot. So I don't want it to be like super long or super flashy. I kind of just want it to be over with because we're going to be seeing that super attack a lot. Here we have the Gallic gun playing. Not too crazy. Not too crazy on the animations for Vegeta, to be honest. They're kind of okay. They are kind of okay. Now let's head over back into the March producer letter. There is one more thing to take a look at, which has not been tweeted, which is going to be Mr. Super EZA Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Now, they did go ahead and put him in the data download, but they have not actually put him on the global data download. So we're going to go and head over to Minado's Twitter. He did go ahead and translate the kit for Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, or at least he put out a screenshot of his translated kit. I'm not sure which one of the two it was. You're gonna have to just kind of scroll through here. All right, let's take a look. So Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, he has 200% attack and defense, key plus 3. When he has a key meter of 12 or more, he gets 200% attack and defense plus 100%. That is, again, when attacking, which isn't good. You want to have, for him especially, you want to have pretty super defense, and that's not what that is. For the first 10 turns of appearing, he gets 150% defense, high chance of critting, and 80% damage reduction. Pretty decent, not too crazy. After the 10th appearance, on the 11th one, he will have 50 damage reduction. Now, the reason that's not the craziest is, one, because this guy's defense is not too great. Again, after the 10 turns, he's going to lose that 150 defense as well. However, post-super, he should be okay, as he is getting 100% defense multiplicative. Essentially, what that means is that he's going to be doubling. However, I don't believe his super attack gives him any defense. So it's essentially whatever number he has, he's just going to double that with 50% DR, which is not that good. He does have 200% attack and guaranteed crits. And if there's a super class enemy, he performs an additional attack with a high chance of being a super. And if it's an extreme class, he's a guaranteed super. Not too crazy. I mean, they kind of held back on him for sure. He should be okay on like short content, especially like formidable foes. He should do really well on formidable foes, I would hope. But again, on formidable foes, there is characters who are critting and they'll just ignore his defense, and he's relying solely on his DR, which is good, but it's not insane. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays out on that. But overall, I think he's definitely going to be a good addition to anybody's box, but he's not the craziest character that they have ever put out for a Super EZA. With that being said, that covers everything that was in the March producer letter and gives you guys a breakdown of what's coming up. With that being said, it's Bison signing out. I'll see you guys in the showcase for Vegeta.